Hi there. This is going to be a general love reading for all signs because the energy is lit. Neptune retro, that just happened today, the 30th of June. Word on the street is that there's going to be about 6 or 7 planets in retrograde this summer. So, yeah, here we go. This is my C'est La Vie Oracle. The very first card is Strength. Feels like standing up on your own. This is someone here that is pulling away. Because you see the card itself, I chose just that beautiful, lonely coconut palm tree, whatever it is, because it symbolizes strength. But strength in solidarity. Right? Strength in your own damn shadow, me, myself, and I. But this is what I feel. I feel like somebody's going through something and they've pulled away. You or them, both of you. I don't know. Someone's pulled away. There is something that somebody, there was a burden someone was carrying. Travel, that is nonstop. I heard, can I see you? Wish granted. Oh shit, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. Travel, some of you might be traveling alone, but it feels like I'm alone. Remember I said it feels like they retracted, they pulled away. They pulled away. I gotta find my, it's like they had to stumble off, go off to, I don't want to use the generic term find themselves, but find themselves. Somebody had to go and find themselves. I mean, wish granted. It's like, I almost feel like stress. This is everything I've ever wanted. And now I'm actually faced with having to become the vibration of it to maintain it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like if you met someone and it probably wasn't planned, very unexpected, serendipitous, very destined, very fated. It feels like one person wasn't at the same vibration as the other. Now the one that's here or here needs to do, they need to do this. They need to do this. And we all have free will, right? We all have free will. Therefore, you can't force a person, right, to see your worth. You can't force them, hey, you better fucking awaken because, listen, you're going to regret this later in life. Like, you cannot force people to see something great and wonderful. They know it with the wish granted card. They fucking know it. They fucking know it. You don't have to convince them of this. They know it. There's this sense of, look at the endings too. You know what the endings feels like too? I'm telling you what it feels like is like I have to level up. So it's about saying goodbye to the old way of life, the old way of thinking, the old way of being. Somebody here has to, it's almost like this being forced by the universe or by their feelings for the wanting of this wish granted. They're now forced to have to step the fuck up. It's now or never, and they're feeling the pressure. That strength card is them feeling the pressure. They're pulling away. They're in their own head. They've got to think about this. It's very testy energy. It's the end of the bullshit. It's the end of the fuckery. It's the end of running away from everything. And it's like the pressure of the universe itself, cosmic energy, right? All this shifting of the planets and all of the energy, right? Summer solstice and the sun. The sun is about like illuminating things, and the sun is about, you know, the truth of things. And it's like, it's so in the face of, this is it. It's the end of the bullshit. This is it. Sunsets are proof that endings are beautiful too. See, there's a sadness to endings when people don't understand the concept of how things work out. We understand the higher we vibrate that endings mean that there's new beginnings coming. That when one door closes, 5 more open, but not everybody is there with that perspective. A lot of people are still in the woe me, the old way of thinking. They feel like if I lose this, there's nothing better. And the rest of us that have gone through our spiritual journey and risen the fuck up, we know that what is coming is better than what has gone. Something here ends, and it could have been for some people a wish, something they fucking wanted so badly and it didn't work out and it fell through, whether it was a job situation or a relationship, and it's like this feeling of what the fuck? It's what I wanted. I thought this was it. I thought it was this person. I thought it was this job. I thought this was it. But the reality is that no, there's something better if you believe. Do you believe that there is something better? I mean, bottom of the deck's good luck. If you don't believe in luck, how will you ever like be in the vibration of it? Provocative, sexy as fuck. If this is a soul connection we're speaking of here, there is no denying there is sexual tension. Not just sexual attraction. Sexual tension. Oh, I can't be near them if I touch her. You know that kind of a feeling? It's not just, oh yeah, I'm definitely attracted to them and I'm perfectly fine with it. It's like, oh, I gotta be away from your motherfucking ass because it's just, oof. And again, it's this pressure to have to do better and be better and rise up and no more bullshit and fuckery to maintain this wish granted or this person or this job. It's like it's like they're up against the wall. Literally. The universe got them up like this. It just feels like it's pressure. So even the physical attraction here feels like it's tension. Vintage. Something old. You know what I heard in my head? Something old, something blue, and something new, something old, something borrowed, something blue. That's wedding shit. Bitch, that's marriage. The pressure of this could also feel like, too, somebody saying, this is the one, and if I fuck it up, and that could be pressure if they're not looking for the one. If it's somebody out there in this fucking world going, I'm not trying to find somebody new, and then it's right smack in their face, and they weren't in this position to be ready. They weren't willingly looking to be better. I know it sounds fucked up, but it's true, right? We know a lot of people like that. Like, hey, it's just, they were just stuck in their own shit. And then things come, and I mean, isn't that how awakenings happen though, right? It's like external. It's an external thing. We heed the call. We hear the horn. And it's this inner awakening, it's inner calling. And it screams weddings and like tradition. And this is probably like someone who's not into tradition. I don't want to get fucking married. I don't want to settle down. I don't want to be with nobody's ass. A new visitor arrives. Bitch. This is a soul connection that came into somebody's fucking life and they weren't looking for the shit. And this vintage card right here gives me that real strong vibes of like old past life shit too. It's almost as if there is serious unfinished business here from a past fucking life between these two. Serious unfinished business. Hidden truths. You want to know what the hidden truth is? I am so madly in love with you. I can't even say it, because to say it is to acknowledge it, and to acknowledge it means that it exists. And if it exists, what if it doesn't work out? What if I fuck it up like I always do? What if I self-sabotage it? To acknowledge this means that the truth of what it is has been spoken, and now real work has to be done to keep and maintain this bitch. And is someone ready for all of that? This is the test. This is the test for everybody individually, because we'll all have different tests, right? All of us will have different tests. Sometimes the universe is just trying to see if you're still stupid again. You still dumb? You still dealing with devil dick? You still trying to convince people to love you? You still trying to keep a man by trying to love him harder? You still trying to wait on someone who don't want nothing to do with good shit? They wouldn't know a good thing if it sat on their fucking face. And you're sitting around waiting for this motherfucker? We all have tests. All of us. Every single one of us has tests, honey. This is theirs. Their test is, it is what it is, and I can't keep running because this is the real thing. It's like in the past, it was easy for this person to run from shit because it wasn't the thing, the big thing, the one, right? And when the reality sets of, I could lose this person forever. And I don't know if I'll ever find something like this again. It's almost like it's finally time. It's like they're tired of their own shit. And the sexual tension here is just, it's really a motivator. Perfect timing. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's now. Healer. And maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. It's like this connection has this weird sort of healing vibration to it, okay? Stay with me here. It's got like a weird fucking vibration to it that this person, who is the one that is the lower vibration of the two, they haven't gone through their really big bang, because it feels like these could be two opposites, or one that's like just hasn't crossed that threshold yet. So they're still kind of dwindling in here. They're almost there for some, and then for some they're worldly far here. It doesn't fucking matter. But the one that's far from this, right, the fucking divine energy, it's as if like there's a weird healing vibe to this thing, and it kind of reminds me of like a person that's just gotten so used to being sick that like they're almost addicted to the sickness and the sadness, and it's like when the cure comes they sit there and they stare at it. It reminds me of like in Vampire Diaries. You remember Vampire Diaries? How they had the elixir to be able to be human or stay a vampire forever. Remember that? And it's kind of like that. It's like if you actually had it in front of you, what would you do with it? Because you would think you would, but would you? Like, who wouldn't turn down the love of their fucking life when everyone's searching for this magical unicorn of a fucking relationship, ethereal, heavenly sent, right? Godly, like, who's not looking for that? You'd be surprised who's not looking for that. You'd be fucking surprised. You'd be really surprised who's not looking for it. A person who's not on a healing journey, that's who. Full bloom. The bitch is ready. It's time. You see why you had perfect timing earlier? Because the universe is saying, it's now or never, bitch. You come up, this is it. You got to come up to this person's vibration, or we're bringing someone else in. It's a make or break, and not all of them will. Remember, we have free will. The gods gifted us with free will. Not everybody's going to choose to do the work and choose to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to deal with my demons and do the inner child healing and do the work so I can rise up. But the bitch is ready for the picking. And they know it. Remember, there's a provocative energy. There's like a sexy undertone to this. It's like very juicy. And I feel like they imagine if I lose this person, who the fuck is going to come and snap them up? And I think like the jealousy can motivate them a bit too. All of these little factors are going to help motivate them. Devotion. Look at them. Masculine. Divine masculine. Are they going to rise the fuck up? Some will. Some will. This devotion really feels like, listen, I don't give a fuck. We meet a lot of different people, and you got to really read the room on this, because there's going to be different connections. There's going to be connections where they don't give a fuck. They just don't give a fuck. Don't take it personal. It's not personal. It's vibrational. It ain't your person. Okay, you want them. I like them. I'm attracted to them, but they're not feeling you, and it's not reciprocated. Bitch, leave that over there. That's not this, though. This is, they are extremely in love, almost sick, love sick. Remember, they're love sick, and the cure is wise the fuck up. Period. Be better. Period. There's no fucking, it's not even like a goddamn intricate thing. Cut your shit out. Stop fucking around and doing stupid things or being low vibration or in the nothing ever works for me. Negative vibration, right? Negative way of thinking. They want to be, devil dick out there, just being real sexual and very, very superficial with people. They don't want to commit, but they don't want to be vulnerable because they're afraid of commitment. I'm afraid of being emotional. Listen, get your shit together. These are the things you're going to be faced with. Their insecurities, right? But they're fucking lovesick, is my point. They're so hopelessly devoted to you. Ooh, ooh. Hopelessly devoted to you. My head is saying, fool, forget him. My heart is saying, don't let go. Baby, can't you see? There's just no getting over you. I think I'm singing the words wrong. Hopelessly devoted to you. You guys are both fucking in love. Both hopelessly devoted to the other. Like there is no one else. Wealth. This fucker is concentrating on work. There's a work thing here with the masculine. Or they're very King of Pentacles. They want to provide. They want to be stable. So they might be off on a tangent trying to figure their shit out. Especially if they don't have a lot of money and they're struggling financially. That could really wear on them because that's their vibration. Yeah, their vibration is the bringer of the financial support. I mean, don't get me wrong. This day and age, honey, we be making our own motherfucking money. Obviously, the feminines, right? But I mean, that's just a part of what the masculine wants. They want to be the provider, and that's okay. Shit, I got a Capricorn moon, honey. Money is my love language. Shit, yes. What does both bring it to the table? Hell yeah. I'm not about the shit where I'm too proud to fucking say, I don't want a man that's gonna bring money to the table. I got my own money in case he want to act a fool. I'll never be dependent financially on a man ever again. But do I want my man to be very successful? Yes. Fuck yes. And if he's not successful right now, but with the help of me, he can get there because he wants to get there and we have the same goals and he's motivated and he's driven, yes. But a motherfucker that don't want to get there, he ain't never gonna get there. You see where we fuck up? Well, this is a lesson too, honey. Be prepared, honey, because I told you lessons coming for everybody and tests. What we did in the past was we put all our shit in the potential of a person. Well, I know potentially that they could be a really great provider, but they don't want to be a provider. They want to be at a dead-end job, making peanuts, struggling, living with their mama. Having 4 fucking roommates. They don't have the drive and desire to be better if it comes, and they don't want to work for that. See what we did before? We really did not read the room well when it came to relationships because we couldn't see past the connection and the chemistry and the devil jack. That jack. But now, if you've gone through this fucking process of rising up, you see shit from a bird's eye view. And now we say, yeah, that one he doesn't want better for himself and I can't force him to see that and I can't force him to do it. So then people get into connections and relationships and be upset that they're both not growing together like this, they're growing like this. And it's like, but you knew that they didn't want to do that and they knew that you knew it and they knew it and you knew it. And what, so why the fuck are you guys so confused and shocked? Yeah, you're on the same page. Bitch, you weren't on the same page from the get-go. That's our lesson we learned. Magic touch. You are that fucking cure. And it scares the living fuck out of them. You think that doesn't make any sense. Oh, it makes perfect fucking sense. You are the cure. They might also kind of secretly love that, right? It's almost like a weird self-sabotage of being alone and self-sabotaging and being, well, me, nobody can hurt them. They hurt themselves. And let's say this is not a romantic connection. that you're just crossing paths with the person that you guys were meant to meet. It was for a season and a reason. You were meant to come into their life for a purpose. But I don't know, man. For some of you, this feels like it's the one if they don't fuck it up. And if they fuck it up, the universe will bring someone else. Period, point blank. All right. We're going to get into the extended. Of course, as you guys know, the only place you can watch it is on Patreon. You're going to click that upside down triangle below. It brings up all of the links. Patreon will be the second one. Let's just get a couple more oracles and we're going to get in there. You have big happy changes. This is real promising. See, look, communicate clearly. I think what's on the table for some of you, and that's how you're going to fucking know that they've decided to rise the fuck up within the next few weeks. I think it's because a conversation comes. A real, truthful, open, honest, heart to heart. No sex, no bullshit, a real honest heart to heart. Because it's time. I'm telling you, they're lovesick. I can feel it. It's like, I don't know what they're doing, pouty. There's lovesick. They don't want to know about you. They're not looking at your social media. I promise you they wouldn't be. Sometimes they do, right? They're like obsessed and they look at us. This is to that point where the sight of you almost hurts inside. It hurts in their core. Because it's every single thing they've ever been looking for and wanted, staring them in the fucking face. It's the cure. The elixir, the thing that they've been looking for, the fucking holy grail. It's a holy grail. And there is responsibility to this. And they know it. That's why only the strong will survive and rise up. Because it means having to descend to ascend, going to hell, basically. And we've done it quite a few times. Can't pay someone to do that for you, right? You can't go pay someone at a seminar. You can't go on a retreat. You can't go drink ayahuasca. You can't go sit in the dark. Those things are little things that will help crack a little bit, but that's not the crackening that we're talking. That's not the big break. The break is where the breakthrough is. The crack is how the light gets in, but this is all external. These are external things. They've been running from everything the universe has been trying to bring to them to crack them the fuck open, and they've been running from it. And if the universe came in and cracked them open, pulled the rug out from under them, they just went numb. So they're walking around so cracked, but they're putting putty over themselves. They're like wearing bandages, and you can't really see it. But rest assured, they're cracked. Because the universe cracked them like Mike fucking Tyson repetitively. Choke holded them, you know what I'm saying? Like MMA. And motherfucking Kimball sliced their fucking ass, you know? Boop, 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 uppercuts and fucking lefts and rights. And they just ate it and just kept going. They were numb. Now the cure is here. They're scared too. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna feel out the last bits of energy before we get into the extended. I feel like they're scared. There's fear. Yeah, but what if they say no? But yeah, but what if I'm not good enough? Yeah, but what if they reject me? And again, that's what they have to deal with. They have to fucking suck it up. You have to be brave and courageous. It's easy for people like them to connect sexually. And we're the opposite the higher we vibrate. That's why we don't do casual sex and we don't casually date anymore. We cannot do it. It's not in our vibration. It's sickening to us to do that because we're so, our energy and our vibration in our body is so sacred to us. And they're in the lower vibration, right, the opposite spectrum, where they're not afraid to be sexual and have just meaningless conversations with people and fuck them and leave them and meet all kind of people and talk and then nothing. They know this is different. And again, you got to read the room because you guys might have 3 different connections in your life right now and might not be none of them this. And for some of you, it might be one of them is this. Read the room. Discernment. There's a conversation coming. And they know it. And they're scared because they know it too. You want to know what the feminines are like, how different we are when we rise up? Where before we would try and convince them, right? Like, hey, double texting repetitively for stupid things. Now, we text based on our intuition, right? So if our intuition says leave them alone, we completely do. But if our intuition says I'm going to text a check on them, it's usually like 99.9% spot on, where they're just like, oh my God, I was like literally like going through something, fucking on my knees, like literally. And you're just like, I know I could feel it, but we still can't heal them. We can help them through the process of it, but they got to go through their shit themselves. We can't drag them over the finish line. But my point here is that it's like, you're not going to carry the weight of this. See my point? Like you may have in the past with other fuckers. Bitch ain't carrying the weight of this no more. We ain't doing no one-sided shit. And they know you're different. They feel it. They know it. They can feel that you're not weak and just very codependent or very toxic. They can feel it. Because I think they tried to throw all their shit at you. All their tricks they had in their bag, they threw at you. It didn't work. And what's funny is with most people, they would have told them, fuck you, and ran and dug out, block them, whatever. And you may have. Then that gut kicked in and went, And you didn't go and say, hi, can I help you with something? I want to help you. You didn't do that. You may have unblocked them because your gut was like, I'm kind of waiting for something. I don't know what. Like me, I trust my gut. My intuition is my religion. And if my mind says, fuck them, but my intuition says, hold up. I don't know why we're holding up. Are we holding up because the soul lesson hasn't been learned yet? Or are we saying hold up because it's the one? I may not know that in the exact moment, right? We may not. But when my gut says wait, I wait. Now we learn that lesson about the waiting. See what I'm saying? It's all about what did you learn, apply it. They're like dreading they're dreading it. They would, at this point right now, they don't want to sit down in front of you like this. Hey, you want to go get together and have coffee? They'd be like, ooh. Because they know the second they're in front of you, they know it. They can't look at you. They can't. I guarantee you they're not even looking at your shit on social media. I guarantee it. I'm telling you. I can just feel it because it's just it's too intense. It's too much. It's too magical. It's too, remember magical touch, right? Magic touch energy was that last card. It's too much. Anyways, let's get into this extended. Thank you for all of your likes, your shares, and your subscriptions here on YouTube. Don't forget, the only place you can watch the extended is on Patreon. You better follow me there, okay, guys? Love you. Bye.